Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we dig into the sources articles, research our notes, and pull out the key insights just for you.
That's the goal.
Today, we're plunging into a corner of our daily lives that, well, it's often overlooked, but it's quietly revolutionary. We're talking about the global frozen food market.
Not just freezer pizzas, then.
Exactly. You might think of it simply as, the quick fix on a busy weeknight, maybe a box of something comforting hiding in the back of your freezer. But what our sources reveal is a story far grander. It's this massive, rapidly evolving industry that's fundamentally reshaping how we eat.
And how food gets distributed, even what fresh really means around the world.
Right. Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission today, cut through the noise, the generic statements. We want to give you a shortcut to understanding this crucial global trend.
Not just the what, but the why it matters.
Precisely. And how it's playing out so differently across continents. We're about to uncover some, frankly, astonishing growth figures. But more importantly, the surprising cultural and technological currents driving them. You might look at your freezer a bit differently after this.
What's truly fascinating here is how something seemingly mundane, like frozen food, it becomes a lens.
Okay.
A lens to see these profound global shifts.
How so?
We're talking about this intricate dance between changing lifestyles, solo diners, growing families, the relentless march of urbanization, the undeniable escalating demand for convenience, and, this is critical, those often unseen advances in cold chain logistics.
The cold chain, yeah, that's huge.
It really is. This isn't just about preserving a meal anymore. It's a foundational transformation in how we consume, how we preserve nutrition worldwide. It reflects these deeper societal and economic currents that are, frankly, far more complex than just a quick dinner.
So it's about accessibility, food waste.
Exactly, and even dietary evolution on a global scale.
That's a powerful point. It's not just an option. It's becoming integral. And to really grasp the scale of this transformation, let's jump straight into the overall market's impressive size and trajectory. Yeah. Because the numbers, they're anything but mundane.
Okay, let's hear them.
We're setting the stage with some hard figures. In 2021, the global frozen food market was valued at a staggering $256.4 billion.
Wow, already huge.
Already colossal, yeah. But listen to this. It's swiftly projected to grow to $312.2 billion by 2025.
That's fast.
And the forecast takes it even further, to an impressive $462.8 billion by 2033.
So almost doubling in just over a decade.
Pretty much. This expansion reflects a steady compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 5.04%.
Right.
Now, 5.04% might sound a bit technical, but it's a clear and powerful indicator. It shows strong, consistent momentum across developed and emerging economies.
So it's not just a flash in the pan.
Not at all. Suggests this isn't a bubble, but a deep-seated, sustained trend.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these aren't just large numbers on a spreadsheet, right?
No, they tell a story.
They're a direct reflection of these deep-seated consumer trends and industrial advancements. They're truly cementing frozen food as an indispensable part of the global economy.
Indispensable, I like that.
A 5.04% CAGR, sustained over more than a decade like that, it suggests market resilience and adaptability.
Meaning
Meaning the industry isn't just riding some wave of novelty, it's actively innovating to meet evolving demands and think specialized diets, more sustainable packaging.
all those things matter now.
Absolutely. So this isn't a fleeting trend. It's a foundational shift in how the world approaches food, driven by structural changes in our daily lives and sophisticated evolution within our global supply chains.
Okay, so we've established the monumental global scale. Big numbers, steady growth. But here's where it gets really interesting, I think. We're going to take a more granular look now at the regional dynamics.
Ah, the differences.
Exactly. Because while the overall market is growing consistently, the reasons why it's growing and the preferences for what specific types of frozen foods, well, they vary wildly.
Different tastes, different needs.
Totally. It's not a monolith. It's a truly diverse landscape of frozen tastes, cultural habits, and evolving consumer behaviors.
This raises an important question for you listening in.
Go on.
How do your own freezer staples, those go-to items you rely on, how do they compare to what's driving this immense growth and innovation elsewhere? We're about to see just how varied the global palette for frozen food really is.
And maybe how similar some underlying human needs are, despite the geography.
Could be.
Okay, let's start with North America. Currently holds the title Global Market Leader.
The big one.
Yeah. projected to expand from $102.5 billion in 2021 to a colossal $179 billion by 2033. That's growing at a solid 4.65% CAGR.
Still strong growth for a mature market.
Definitely. And within this region, the United States remains dominant, projected to hit $142 billion by 2033. Here, the demand is really driven by categories like frozen ready meals, those fancy microwave dinners or sheet pan meals,
Yeah.
pizzas, of course,
Okay.
and premium meat categories. It really speaks to that pervasive time-poor culture, doesn't it? And the desire for high-quality yet effortless convenience in American households.
It does. But it's interesting to contrast that with Canada.
How so?
Canada actually shows stronger growth, a 5.73% CAGR.
Oh, higher. Why is that?
Well, our sources highlight health-conscious consumers. They're increasingly turning to portion-controlled frozen meals and, crucially, a burgeoning array of plant-based options.
Ah, the health angle.
Exactly. So it isn't just about convenience there. It's a deliberate choice for healthier, maybe more sustainable eating, but without sacrificing the ease factor.
Makes sense. What about Mexico?
Mexico's also seeing healthy growth, around 5.17%, largely supported by increasing adoption of frozen snacks and bakery items. Reflects a growing urban population, new consumption patterns maybe.
So even within North America, it's not uniform.
Not at all. You see these distinct dietary shifts and preferences playing out country by country, driven by different social and health priorities.
Fascinating. That convenience evolving into health-conscious convenience in Canada is a key point. Okay, so if North America shows us established convenience plus emerging health trends,
Right.
what about Europe? Rich culinary traditions, mature markets, what does that reveal?
A different kind of evolution, perhaps.
Let's see. Moving across the Atlantic, Europe is another key market, advancing from $74.1 billion in 2021 to $129 billion by 2033. The CAGR there is 4.63%.
Very similar overall growth rate to North America.
It is. But France and Italy are real standouts within Europe, with growth rates above 5%.
Oh, what are they buying?
Reflects rising demand for everything from crisp oven-ready croissants and other frozen bakery goods to gourmet frozen seafood, paellas, and convenient yet sort of authentically flavored ready meals that fit that fast-paced European lifestyle.
Right, convenience, but maybe with a gourmet twist. And this is where the picture gets really nuanced in Europe.
What do you mean?
While Germany and Russia show steady growth, near 4%, countries like Spain, the UK, and Scandinavia, they're described more as mature but stable markets.
Meaning growth is harder to come by.
It implies higher market saturation, yeah. Growth there probably comes more from innovation, premiumization, rather than just getting more people to buy frozen for the first time.
Okay.
However, a crucial detail from our sources, the rest of Europe category, it records the highest growth at 5.98% CAGR.
Wow. Higher than France or Italy. Where's that coming from?
This surge is largely thanks to Eastern European markets. They're increasingly adopting frozen meal solutions as disposable incomes rise and lifestyles become more urbanized.
Ah, so development catching up there drives adoption.
Exactly. It really highlights that even in established regions, evolution isn't uniform. New economic dynamics, changing consumer needs, they can spark entirely new areas of rapid expansion.
That's a great example. Development isn't linear. Okay, shifting gears now. Let's head to what our sources call a growth powerhouse, the Asia-Pacific region.
Now we're talking speed.
Absolutely. This area is expanding from $48.7 billion in 2021 to an impressive $94.4 billion by 2033, the CAGR, 5.89%.
That's a significant jump from Europe and North America.
It is. And leading this charge is India, with a really robust 6.68% CAGR.
India, interesting.
Reflects rising demand for frozen vegetables, seafood, and convenience meals, especially among its rapidly growing urban households. You can just picture busy professionals in Mumbai or Bangalore needing quick, nutritious meals that still fit their traditional tastes.
Yeah, convenience adapted to local cuisine. And India isn't alone in this surge, is it?
Not at all.
China and Japan are both expanding at over 5.4% CAGR. What's driving it there? Mostly expanding retail penetration and significant lifestyle shifts.
Like what kind of shifts?
Think single-person households, dual-income families, people seeking speed and variety in their meals.
Got it.
And further south, Singapore and other Southeast Asian nations are showing really significant momentum. Growth rates above 6%.
Why there specifically?
Primarily as their cold storage infrastructure dramatically improves. And this isn't just about big centralized warehouses, remember?
Right, you mentioned the last mile.
Exactly. It's the ability to maintain that consistent temperature from the farmer factory right to a tiny corner store in a rapidly growing city. That's revolutionary for local distribution.
Huge difference.
But what's truly remarkable, maybe, is that the rest of APAC category is leading the entire pack. Fastest growth at 7.85%.
Whoa. So widespread adoption across many emerging economies.
That's what it signals. This region truly demonstrates the profound impact of, well, two things happening at once: rapidly improving infrastructure and the rise of a vast urban middle class. It's changing food habits globally.
That distinction between large-scale and last-mile cold chain is so important there. Okay, from Asia, let's turn our attention south to South America, a market showing strong potential,
Right, another growth area.
climbing from $17.1 billion in 2021 to $33.7 billion by 2033. That's a healthy 5.94% EGR. Brazil certainly dominates the region, projected to reach $10.5 billion by 2033. That's a substantial slice.
It is, but what's particularly interesting, again looking at the details, is that Argentina actually shows the fastest growth in the region, 6.45% CAGR.
Faster than Brazil. Why?
The sources suggest it's primarily supported by increasing consumer acceptance of frozen ready meals and snacks.
Acceptance. So it's cultural.
It seems to be a big part of it. It's not just about what's available on the shelf, but a cultural shift in how people view these foods, how they integrate them into daily life. Historically, fresh has often been king in many food cultures.
Sure.
So the growing acceptance of frozen indicates a significant change in consumer perceptions of quality, value, maybe even trust.
Interesting.
And the rest of South America is also performing well, expanding at 6.30% CAGR. So yeah, it's fascinating to observe how cultural acceptance of new food formats can be such a powerful growth driver beyond just pure economics.
It's a great reminder.
Yeah.
Consumer psychology plays just as big a role as logistics or income. Okay, next up, let's briefly touch on the Middle East. This market sees more moderate growth, from $9.7 billion in 2021 to $15.2 billion by 2033. That's a 3.62% CAGR.
Slower pace than South America or APAC.
Yes, Saudi Arabia and the UAE are leading the region in this expansion.
And what stands out in the Middle East particularly is the UAE's strong expansion within that. It's at 4.73% CAGR, noticeably higher than the regional average.
Okay, why the difference in the UAE?
Attributed mainly to two key factors. One, an increasing demand for premium frozen meals. High quality, maybe gourmet options.
Okay, and the second?
And quite uniquely, an expatriate-driven convenience culture.
Demographics.
Right. Many residents are from other countries, bringing their own dietary habits and preferences for easy, high-quality meal solutions that might not have traditional fresh counterparts readily available or familiar.
Makes sense.
Now, you compare that 3.6% or even 4.7% to Africa's nearly 10% CAGR. It might seem slow.
Yeah.
But for a market like the Middle East, with established retail, often high consumption of fresh produce, even that growth represents a significant shift towards premium convenience. It indicates a sophisticated market that's evolving rather than exploding like some others.
So it shows how unique demographic profiles and specific lifestyle demands can carve out these distinct, thriving market segments.
Precise.
That's a great distinction about market maturity versus potential. And now, for what our sources are calling the unstoppable frontier, Africa.
Buckle up.
Prepare for this figure. It's the fastest growing region globally, expanding from a comparatively modest $4.1 billion in 2021
Starting small.
to a remarkable $11.2 billion by 2033, at an astounding 9.46% CAGR.
Wow. Nearly tripling.
Nearly tripling in value. Both Nigeria and South Africa are recording growth above 9% CAGR.
What's supporting that kind of growth?
Expanding retail networks, more supermarkets, more places with freezers, increasing affordability of frozen goods as economies grow, and of course, rapid urbanization.
The same urbanization trend we see elsewhere, but maybe turbocharged.
Seems like it. I'm just imagining how crucial this market must look for new entrants for investment.
Absolutely. And to underscore Africa's position as the next frontier, the rest of Africa segment, it actually grows even faster, an incredible 9.82% CAGR.
Even faster. Goodness.
So this growth is a really crucial area to watch. It shows how fundamental development, things like modern retail infrastructure expanding, improved electricity grids becoming more reliable, the rise of urban populations with more disposable income.
All the basics coming together.
Exactly. It's unlocking immense market potential that we're probably only just beginning to tap into. It's a dynamic, rapidly evolving landscape where basic needs for food preservation and convenience are meeting a developing supply chain head on.
Incredible potential there. Okay, so
Oh.
let's step back. We've gone around the world, seen all these different regional dynamics. What does this all mean when we bring these fascinating insights together?
Synthesizing time.
Yeah. Stepping back, we see some remarkably consistent themes emerging globally, don't we? Despite all the local nuances.
Definitely.
The power of urban lifestyles, that unwavering demand for convenience, even if it's defined differently across cultures.
Right. Convenience means different things.
And continuous innovation within the frozen categories themselves. These seem to be driving forces everywhere.
From gourmet bakery in Europe.
To plant-based in Canada, basic necessities in parts of Africa, ready meals in the U.S. The freezer aisle is constantly evolving to meet incredibly diverse needs.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture again, it becomes abundantly clear. While North America and Europe, they remain strong, established markets, huge value.
But the future growth,
But Asia Pacific and Africa are undeniably the real growth frontiers for the global frozen food market going forward. Specifically countries like India, those rapidly developing nations in Southeast Asia, and the dynamic economies right across the African continent. They're identified as the key drivers of future expansion.
So it's a shift in the center of gravity for growth.
It looks that way. And remember, this sector isn't just about preserving food anymore. It's a vital, dynamic segment of the global food industry. It's successfully balancing convenience, nutrition increasingly, and accessibility.
And you mentioned food waste earlier.
Yes. It's also quietly addressing issues of food waste and food availability in ways that fresh food supply chains often struggle with, especially over long distances or in challenging climates.
That's a really important angle.
Absolutely. This industry is poised for continued profound evolution in the years to come, driven by both technological advances, better freezing, better logistics, and those ever-changing human needs.
What an incredible journey through the global freezer aisle.
Yeah.
It really does make you appreciate the complex forces behind what might seem like just simple convenience.
It's more than meets the eye.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Hopefully the next time you're at the grocery store, maybe you'll look at the frozen food section with a slightly different perspective, understanding the immense global forces, the cultural shifts, the tech innovations, all working just to bring that frozen pizza or those peas to your home.
And this raises one last important question, perhaps, for you to ponder, something to mull over. As cold chain logistics become even more sophisticated, which they will, and as food innovation continues to accelerate, what new types of frozen foods might enter our daily lives in the coming years? We've seen ready meals, premium ingredients. What's next? And crucially, beyond just convenience, how could this continued evolution of the frozen food market further reshape global diets, maybe enhance food security, and impact sustainability efforts in the long term?
That's a big question to end on. Lots to think about.